Hello, everybody. Oh, you can hear me. Welcome, everyone. My name is Eva Aguirre Cooper. I'm the Community Affairs Director at Wood TV, and I want to welcome you to today's event, our 10th annual Nicoteam Poster Contest. Before we get started, I'd like to invite our host, this is his house, invite Dana Friss Hansen, Director of the Grand Rapids Art Museum, to share a few words. Dana?
Thank you, Eva. This is not my house. It is our house, and it's a community art museum, and it's always thrilling to see this many people in this auditorium. But what's even better today is the mixed generations and ages and backgrounds, and I know there's lots of schools that are participating in this program, and that is really exciting. It says something about the future. It says something about this community. It says something about people who care. And I am not from Grand Rapids. I got here as quickly as I could, which was about 4.5 years ago. But when I was being considered for this job, I was doing my research about Grand Rapids, and I learned one thing and then another, and learned about the medical community and learned about the education community, and it's like, this is getting better and better. And then I moved here, and it continues to get better. And so I want to thank the people who are sponsoring this, the people who are involved, but most of all, the participants, because I know it's really hard to make a design that's convincing. It's hard to come up with the ideas in terms of imagery, in terms of messaging, in terms of speaking, and I know that you have been successful, you've tried hard, and the museum's focus is on art, design, and creativity, and I know everything we'll see today combines those three. And so I'm grateful to you for participating and for also sharing with your friends and sharing with grown-ups about the importance of taking care of your health and thinking about how dangerous smoking is. So I'm going to turn it back to Eva, and she's going to make some announcements and make some people happy.
That's right. Everyone is a winner. Okay. Well, it's great to have everybody back here today, and I'd like to start by reading two important messages regarding the contest. First, a message from Richard and Helen DeVos. Over the past decade, we have been very happy to endorse the mission of the Nicoteam Coalition, which has been hard at work to empower the youth of our community to choose a tobacco-free future. The Nicoteam Docs, school lectures, which began back in 2003, and the Nicoteam Poster Contest, which began in 2007, have been at the forefront of these efforts to prevent elementary and middle school students from ever trying tobacco products. As a former teacher, Helen has always had a vision for helping students make good decisions at this very impressionable season in their lives, and these programs seek to fulfill that aim. And so we are delighted to announce that our daughter, Sherry DeVos, has decided to continue this labor of love that we initiated years ago. May God bless her as she continues to lead our youth toward a tobacco-free future. Excellent. And secondly, we are set to begin implementing a plan that will provide for the extension of the contest into the future, and are delighted to share with you that the Kent Medical Foundation has agreed to gradually take on the organizational aspects for coordinating the contest, which until now has been arranged by the fearless leader, the one and only, Sandy Leiter. Raise your hand, Sandy. Where are you? I know you're hiding. There she is. In the Office of the Director of Medical Affairs for the Richard M. DeVos family. Sandy makes my job really easy. Good job, Sandy. As many of you know, the Nicoteam project began in 1996 with a group of volunteer physicians going to 5th grade classrooms in the Grand Rapids Public Schools and talking with the students about the dangers of tobacco. In 2007, this programming then expanded to include this annual poster contest, and today we are celebrating our 10th year of truly amazing art. Before we get started, I'd just like to take a quick moment to recognize our sponsors for the 2016 contest of this evening's ceremony, the CDVS Foundation and the Kent Medical Foundation. We are sincerely grateful for their support. In addition, again, we'd like to thank Dana, the director of the Grand Rapids Art Museum, who has donated the use of this beautiful auditorium for both the juror poster contest and the award ceremony this evening, and Rick Nguyen, president of the Amway Grand Plaza Hotel, who has generously provided the delicious reception that we'll enjoy immediately following this ceremony. Can't have a party without food, right? We would also like to recognize Class Quant in the back of the room. Hey, class, wave your hand. Hi. The quiet guy in the back from the Grand Rapids Community College, who is videotaping this afternoon's event so that you can share it with your friends and family who are not able to maybe be here. And I'll remind you again at the end of the program, you'll be able to go to grps.tv tomorrow afternoon, and you can see the whole thing, share it with your friends, post it on social media, or whatever you'd like to do. It will be there. Okay. Our prizes for this year's contest are donated by the CDVS Foundation, Steelcase Inc., Meyer Corporation, Kendall College of Art and Design at Ferris State University, Frederick Meyer Gardens and Sculpture Park, and John Ball Zoo, and the Grand Rapids Public Museum. The RDV Corporation has once again provided the personnel needed to organize these events. So following the ceremony, you will have an opportunity to view each of the posters entered this year. These are displayed on tables as you exit the auditorium to your left. We do ask all who've competed this year that you leave your posters behind. Don't take them with you tonight. Leave them here at the museum following the ceremony. They will be returned to your school within a few days. T-shirts with the winning poster printed on them can be obtained after the awards ceremony from your school administrators. And now I invite Grand Rapids City Commissioner Dave Schaefer to the podium. He is very conscious of the devastating effects of tobacco to the health of our citizens and is present with us here today because of his conviction that the best way to stop the ravages of tobacco use is to prevent it by society's most vulnerable members. Many of you here today have already made or will be making the decision about whether or not you will try tobacco products. The Commissioner would like to thank you now, an important message on those kinds of choices. Commissioner?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you on behalf of the mayor and the entire city for what you've done to step out here. We talk a lot about, the city. How do we get our message out? How do we get people to understand what we do? And as a city, we don't always do the best job. We get sometimes large headlines, and sometimes you don't understand what we do. But what you're able to do here through art, through actually what you do to talk with your peers, with those who are there, really effectively gets a message out about the dangers of smoking. And when I think back to how smoking has impacted some of our residents, impacted our family, had a grandfather who smoked most of his adult life, and I think that when he started, there really wasn't the message that smoking was bad. And so, really, had he had that impact and had that education and had friends like you to step out and say, don't do this, it doesn't make sense, or have that be in a way where you could see it and say it could have changed his life, could have extended his life. And so overall, we at the city really want to have a vibrant, healthy city, and in order to do that, we have to have our residents healthy and at the full potential. So thank you for everything that you do. For everyone that helped out today, really helps our city overall. Thank you so much.
Jose Narezo, after whom our first prize is named, was both an artist and a teacher at the Grand Rapids Public Schools. We're happy to have with us here today also Kathy Narezo. Kathy, say hi. His wife, who's here with us as well. It's great to have you. As someone who has been involved with youth of GRPS on a daily basis, he always tried to share his passion for the visual arts with the students. Just one of the ways he did this was to help create this poster contest, and so made a way for his students to publicly showcase their creative talents. We're going to see a brief video right now that he made shortly before he passed away back in December of 2008. He will explain in words and in brushstrokes the creative process of painting. I never get tired of seeing that video. I don't know how many years I've seen it, and I just remember Jose was a dear friend, and he loved to work with students. He always said there's no such thing as trying to paint in the lines. You just got to let your creativity go. I love that about him. Okay, and now the long-awaited moment, the presentation of the awards. Mr. Richard DeVos has donated his book, 10 Powerful Phrases for Positive People, for all of our winners today as well. We will begin today. We got lots of awards, so let's start off with our 6th honorable mention that will be presented by Dale Robertson, our president and CEO of the Grand Rapids Public Museum. Dale?
Thank you, Ava. The honorable mention number 6 is a family 4-pack to the Grand Rapids Public Museum, donated by the Grand Rapids Public Museum. And this award goes to a student in Ms. Cruz's class at Southwest Community Campus in the 6th grade, Leonel Hernandez. All right. All right, thank you. Yay.
And just so you don't have to deal with the step and all the stuff, when you call your name, you could just come up to the front and then keep going that way. There we go, traffic. And now our 5th honorable mention will be presented by Margaret Vega, Fine Arts Professor at Kendall College in Art and Design, Ferris State University, West Michigan artist, and 2016 jury member. Margaret.
Okay, the honorable mention 5th place is a family 4-pack to the Grand Rapids Public Museum, donated by the Grand Rapids Public Museum. And this goes to a student in Miss Klug's class at Crestwood Middle School in the 6th grade, Meghan Brentana.
Congratulations. The 4th honorable mention will be presented by Patricia Dalton, Executive Director of Kent County Medical Society and Kent Medical Foundation. Come on up.
Thank you, Ava. The 4th honorable mention is a 1-year household membership to the John Ball Zoo, donated by the John Ball Zoo. This goes to a student in Mr. Vanderberg's class at Forest Hills Eastern, 8th grade, Michaela Beesley.
All right, we are going down to the 3rd honorable mention, which will be presented by Jason Zylstra, DeVos Family Foundations.
This honorable mention number 3 is a 1-year household membership to the John Ball Zoo, donated by the John Ball Zoo. This goes to an 8th grader from Mona Shores Middle School, Mrs. Helson's class, Kiley Jackson.
Congratulations. And on to the 2nd honorable mention award, which will be presented by John Vanderhagen, Public Relations Manager at the Frederick Meyer Gardens and Sculpture Park.
All right, for the second honorable mention, we are giving away a one-year family membership to Meyer Gardens and a copy of The American Horse, donated by Frederick Meyer Gardens and Sculpture Park. This award goes to a student in Mr. Vandenberg's class at Forest Hills Eastern in the 7th grade, and the winner is Ella Bowen.
Now we move on to our first honorable mention award, which will be presented by Jennifer Cecil, Curatorial Assistant, Grand Rapids Art Museum, and 2016 jury member.
Hi there. All right, so honorable mention number 1 is a one-year family membership at the Meyer Gardens and a copy of The American Horse, donated by the Frederick Meyer Gardens and Sculpture Park. So this award goes to a student in Miss Klug's class at Crestwood Middle School, who is in the 6th grade. The winner is Chelsea Nguyen.
All right, let's go on to the place awards. The 9th place award will be presented by Leslie Bellavance, president of Kendall College of Art and Design, Fair State University.
Thank you. On behalf of Kendall College of Art and Design, I bring greetings to everyone here, but especially to the teachers and the art students. I'd like to say that by participating in this event and doing the posters, designing the posters that you have, you've engaged in one of the most powerful aspects of art and design, and that is communication that helps people. So, the 9th place award is a youth art class donated by Kendall College of Art and Design of Ferris State University. This goes to a student in Mrs. Grzorski's class at Pinewood Middle School in 8th grade. It goes to Yogita Pradhan.
The 8th place award will be presented by Dr. John O'Donnell, Director of Preclinical Curriculum, Michigan State University College of Human Medicine.
Students, you have great power. Use it wisely. Your loved ones care about you. They care what you think. They care what you do. All of you, by stepping forward and putting this up here, show your loved ones how you feel. So if you have out there aunts, uncles, cousins, anybody in your family who's still smoking, you have the power to save their lives. Use it wisely. Thank you. So now for the 8th place award, it's a youth art class donated by Kendall College of Art and Design, Ferris State University. And this is a student in Mr. Vandenberg's class. Mr. Vandenberg, you are powerful. At Forest Hills Eastern in the 8th grade, Sidney Stablein.
The 7th place award will be presented by Mel Atkins, Executive Director of Community and Student Affairs at Grand Rapids Public Schools.
On behalf of Superintendent Weather O'Neill, our Board of Education, parents, students, this is a very important message, a lifelong message that I hope you never forget about the power of picture, the power of painting, and what you can do with it. Without further ado, the 7th place award is a digital camera donated by Meyer Corporation. This goes to a student in Mrs. Gill's class at Riverside Middle School in the 8th grade, Winter Harrell.
We'll get that to Winter later. And now our sixth place award will be presented by Doug Amaral, principal at Mona Shores Middle School.
Good evening. I want to say that it is one thing to deliver statistics to impact someone's life. It's another thing when you connect to their emotional side and their heart with some of the pictures. Pictures represent something completely different. And seeing what kids have done up here, I wish my grandmother and my grandfather would have been here to see the impact that these drawings, these paintings can have on people's lives. So students, thank you for impacting lives, and thank you for what you do every day. The sixth place award is a digital camera donated by the Meyer Corporation. This award goes to a student in Miss Rosales' class at Cook Arts Center in the 7th grade, Danielle Vazquez.
Okay. All right, moving down the line here, we are now at the fifth place award, which will be presented by Daniel Beam, Superintendent of the Forest Hills Public Schools.
Thank you. I'd like to say a very special thanks to our incredible teachers at all levels, kindergarten all the way through the graduate level, who nurture this within all of our souls. I apologize that it wasn't nurtured very strongly in my own. I wish it were, but this great art that we see from our students. And I would say to our young people, understand that our culture, human beings, when we have something powerful to say, we don't choose words. We choose art and music to say those things. So keep on speaking in this very special way all throughout your lives. It is now my pleasure to announce the fifth place award winner. It is a digital camera donated by Meyer Corporation. This goes to a student in Mrs. Klug's art class at Crestwood Middle School in the 8th grade. Please help me congratulate Emily Kwekel. Emily.
And now on to the fourth place award, which will be presented by Donald Dahlquist, Executive Director for Human Resources, Kentwood Public Schools.
Thank you for this honor to be here. I think I'm more excited than the kids. I cleared my whole schedule just to be here today. This is a great event, and being a former teacher, actually at Crestwood 29 years ago, this is very important to get kids involved, and the one thing I have to do is echo what everybody else has said, but most importantly, you can influence a lot of people in a lot of ways in positiveness, and this is one of those things I think that's really extremely important. Anytime I can get to come down to this event, I do every year, and I'm welcome back, and I really appreciate that. So I get to, luckily get to do the fourth place award. It's a digital camera donated by Meyer Corporation. This goes to a student in Mrs. Klug's class at Crestwood Middle School in 7th grade. It's Jaden Jones.
All right, on to the third place award, which will be presented by Brian Cloyd, VP of Global Corporate Relations with Steelcase. Come on up, Cloyd. Hi, how are you?
Thank you, Ava. The third place award for Best Verbal Presentation is an iPod donated by Steelcase, Inc. This goes to the student in Mrs. Helson's class at Mona Shores Middle School in the 6th grade, Anabeth Hylland.
All right. The second place award will be presented by Jane Kortz, President of Kent County Medical Society and past President of the Kent Medical Foundation. Jane?
Nope. Shouldn't have touched it, sorry. I just wanted to say, as longtime donors to this program, we are very pleased both Kent Medical Foundation and Kent County Medical Society to have been asked to play a greater role in this contest. We have donated to it since its inception, and we are looking forward to playing a larger organizational role. I just had the pleasure of walking over from Mercy Health St. Mary's to come to this wonderful contest award ceremony. And while I'm there as a doctor, I get to see on a daily basis the effects of people who have smoked. Emphysema, people who are on oxygen, people with heart disease, people with various forms of cancer that are all potentially at higher risk or have occurred because of that person's exposure to smoking and tobacco. I want to congratulate all of you who are here and who have participated. As a doctor, I get to sit down with patients one-on-one and try to make a difference for that person, one person at a time. But by your communicating through art, you have made a difference to a large number of people at one time. So thank you for making that difference. Please continue to do that. The second place award is an iPod donated by Steelcase Incorporated. This award goes to a student in Mrs. Hartig's class at Forest Hills Northern in the 8th grade. The award goes to Jenna Mustapha.
Okay, we are down to the first place awards. We're gonna need some drum roll help from everybody dabbing in their feet. Here to present it is the Grand Rapids City Commissioner, Dave Schaefer.
All right, the winning envelope is right here. So hopefully your name's in here, and if it is, hopefully you're here, right? All right, so we have the Jose Norezo First Place Award for Best Overall Poster. And this is an iPad, and I know you all want an iPad because all my 4 kids do, right? By the CDV5 Foundation, goes to a student in Mr. Stengren's class at Valleywood Middle School in the 6th grade. Ready? All right. Ericka Horan, come on up. Thank you.
Hello, Graham. I'm Ericka Horan, 6th grade student at Valleywood Middle School, and my poster states, "Fight it, don't light it." And I chose this because I thought let's give people a chance to look at their bodies when they fight it and when they light it. So if you would like to look at the healthy side, this person chose to fight it, so they are healthy and, to my guess, happy. But on the unhealthy side, they chose to light it, so they aren't healthy and, again, to my guess, unhappy. I did this poster so that soon-to-be smokers can quit before the full addiction, and former smokers can try their best to stop, so they are all healthy, and to our future generations can be healthy. So that's my poster, and thank you for listening, and enjoy your day. And I encourage to all of you not to smoke.
Well, that concludes this part of the program, but before we go, I want everybody to go, woo! Social media, ready? Woo! All right, that's good.